In the mystical land of 𝗃𝗁, where the sun dipped into the horizon and painted the sky with hues of crimson and gold, there lived a young boy named 𝗁𝗁. 𝗁𝗁 was a 15-year-old boy with an unyielding spirit and a heart full of courage. He lived in a small village on the outskirts of 𝗃𝗁, where the villagers believed in an ancient prophecy of a child born with divine power.
The villagers had always whispered about the prophecy, saying that the child would possess unimaginable power and save their land from darkness. 𝗁𝗁's parents, though poor, had taught him the ways of the village and the stories of their ancestors. They had also instilled in him a strong sense of justice and bravery.
One fateful day, the dark sorcerer, Malakai, descended upon the village with an army of ruthless warriors. Malakai sought to claim the village's sacred artifact, rumored to amplify his dark magic. The artifact, a golden amulet, was hidden deep within the village's temple, guarded by ancient spirits.
As the villagers fled in terror, 𝗁𝗁 stood firm, refusing to back down. Malakai, amused by 𝗁𝗁's bravery, decided to make an example of him. With a wave of his hand, 1,000 swords pierced 𝗁𝗁's body, and the young boy's life force began to fade. However, as the swords pierced his flesh, something miraculous happened. 𝗁𝗁's divine power, dormant within him, began to awaken. The swords, instead of causing harm, ignited a fire within 𝗁𝗁, and he started to glow with an ethereal light. The villagers, witnessing this spectacle, realized that 𝗁𝗁 was the chosen one. As 𝗁𝗁's divine power surged, he rose from the ground, his wounds healing instantly. With eyes blazing like stars, 𝗁𝗁 confronted Malakai and his army. The dark sorcerer sneered, but 𝗁𝗁's power was too great. "You are no match for me, child," Malakai taunted. "My darkness will consume you." 𝗁𝗁 smiled, his voice filled with determination. "I am not just the child, I am the chosen one. My power will protect this village and banish your darkness." With a mere thought, 𝗁𝗁 summoned a storm of lightning, striking down Malakai's warriors. The dark sorcerer retaliated with his darkest magic, but 𝗁𝗁 countered with a blast of pure energy. The battle raged on, with 𝗁𝗁's divine power growing stronger by the minute. Malakai, realizing he was outmatched, unleashed his most potent spell, a dragon of darkness. The dragon breathed fire that could melt steel, and its scales shimmered with malevolent energy. 𝗁𝗁, undaunted, called upon the ancient gods, and a magnificent dragon of light appeared. 𝗁𝗁's heart was full of joy, and his spirit renewed. He knew that he was not alone, that the ancient gods watched over him, guiding him on his path. The light dragon's scales shone like diamonds, and its wings radiated warmth and protection. The two dragons clashed, their roars echoing across the land. The battle between light and darkness was intense, with both dragons exchanging blows. In the end, 𝗁𝗁's dragon emerged victorious, banishing the darkness. Malakai, defeated and humiliated, retreated. The villagers who had watched in awe cheered as 𝗁𝗁 stood triumphant. The young boy, now recognized as a hero, smiled humbly, knowing his divine power was a gift to protect and serve. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting the land in a warm orange glow, 𝗁𝗁's legend began. The boy who was pierced by 1,000 swords had awoken his divine power and defeated the forces of darkness. The villagers celebrated 𝗁𝗁's victory, and the elderly wise men revealed the secrets of the prophecy. 𝗁𝗁's parents, proud of their son, knew that their child was destined for greatness. From that day forward, 𝗁𝗂𝗁 protected the village and the land, using his divine power to maintain balance and harmony. His legend grew, and people from far and wide came to seek his guidance and protection. And so, 𝗁𝗂𝗁's story became a beacon of hope, inspiring generations to come. The boy who was pierced by 1,000 swords had become a hero, and his name would be etched in the annals of history forever. A reminder that even in the darkest times, there is always a way forward.